Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari.
So the book came to me only because I started to live in Berlin. I'm from California, and I grew up in a town where surfing actually arrived in America from Hawaii. That was a fact I knew, but I never did anything with it until I came to Germany, and I realized there was a small surf scene here. Someone told me about surfing in Munich on a wave in the canal, and I thought, okay, well, I'll go look at it. And I thought it would be a joke, but it wasn't a joke. Some of the surfers are very good. And the idea for the book actually came to me when I realized there was a serious history of surfing in Germany. In other words, it goes back very far. Surfing in Israel started in the 1950s, which, when I first learned that, I thought that was early. That was a long time ago. So a man named Matt Olson, who's American and fairly young, helped establish a Gaza surf club. Matt had the somewhat loony idea of helping Palestinians found a surf club. An American named Dorian, or Doc, Paskowitz had flown in that summer from California with the equally loony idea of bringing surfboards to the Gaza Strip. This is in 2007. Now a handful of Palestinian surfers had equipment to ride. Doc Paskowitz was Israel's surf pioneer. He's an old California surfer who had introduced the sport to Tel Aviv in 1956. Arthur Rashkevan, another Israeli, and Matt were his good friends. They intended to build on the momentum from his visit in 2007 by establishing a Gaza surf club to receive more donations. They'd already established a group called Surfing for Peace to maintain contact with Gazan surfers across the border. The idea was simply to make friends with Palestinians and start a small surf economy. Paskowitz is an American Jew with a medical degree from Stanford, born in Texas but raised in California during the Depression. He's in his 80s now. He'd surfed with, that doesn't matter, he'd surfed with a number of people in the early days in California. He was also the patriarch of an eccentric family of 9 children. He had a white mustache and a lean, sagging, still strong frame. His mission to bring boards to Gaza at the age of 86 had started when a story appeared in the Los Angeles Times about 2 Palestinian surfers named Mohammed Abu Jayab and Ahmed Abu Hasiera. A picture showed them posing on Gaza beach with one surfboard. They just looked so forlorn, he told me. So my son David and I said, well, let's go take them some boards.
I would like to know, how are the Palestinian surfers perceived by their compatriots?
Well, they told me themselves that most Palestinians think that surfing is weird. But on the other hand, beach life in Gaza is not strange. Gaza is a coastal strip. Most of it's farmland, but on a hot summer day in Gaza City, the one thing that people have to do is go to the beach. There just isn't that much to do in Gaza for fun. At least that's how some Gazans explain it.
Let me formally introduce to you who Mike is. He is a novelist and journalist from California. That's the question, where are you now? He is a Fulbright Fellow for journalism and was in Germany as that from 2006 to 2007. And currently he lives and works in Berlin, where he writes for Spiegel Online. And he's written on politics and travel for publications such as the Atlantic Monthly, Slate, the Los Angeles Times, and the Financial Times. His book is Sweetness and Blood: How Surfing Spread from Hawaii and California to the Rest of the World with Some Unexpected Results. And it has been acclaimed by many, and you all are going to enjoy yourselves tonight.
One gendarme had pulled me over. I'd been in the country for about half an hour, making good time along the outskirts of Agadir, when a man in a uniform stepped off the center divider and pointed at my car. in the middle of the road. I had a sudden choice. I could run the gendarme down or pull over. He was a fleshy, smarmy man with a trimmed mustache. He had a blue uniform straight from Babar, stiff smart cap and leather cuffs. His mustache bristled. "Vos papiers," he said. With great confidence, he insisted I had been driving 70 kilometers per hour. Did I realize this was a 60-kilometer zone? "How do you know how fast I was going?" I said. He ignored the question and flipped through a notebook to show me a page with an intimidating figure in bold print. 400 dirham. That was my fine for driving 10 kilometers over the speed limit. $40 cash. "Where's your radar gun?" I said. He smiled. "I don't think I was doing 70, I said. "What is your profession?" he said. I wasn't in Morocco as a journalist officially. You had to have a pass for that. So I thought if I said journalist, I would have to be accounted for. So I said, "I'm a writer," and he laughed. Thank you. Have a nice 8-foot... well, it's a long short board. It's good for all sorts of surf. Rusty is the shaker, and it has 3 fins.
Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning now. Come on a safari with me.